We have two separate critical fire risks and possibly some freezing rain for the upper Midwest. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Pew. It's February 9th, 2026. So starting with the fire risk, both of them are critical fire risks, or 2 out of 3, and one is in Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska, and the other one is from New Mexico to the Texas, Oklahoma panhandle. And both are going to happen around the same time too, where the most risk is going to be this afternoon to this evening. We still have that upper level ridge that's sitting around like the southern plains and south, and that's causing a lot of westerly flow, or having a lot of winds going downslope from the mountain, both increasing the temperature but also drying the conditions. And looking at the mid-lowest at 500 millibars, we have a couple shortwave troughs. What's more significant, it's going to produce these low pressure systems at the surface, and with that counterclockwise flow, it's further going to enhance that westerly flow of the winds going down from the mountain. And paired with these low pressure systems are a cold front, and so cold fronts bring in both cold air and some more drier conditions, but behind it also brings in a lot of wind as well. So we have decently high temperatures, relative humidities are going to be around below 10%, and we're going to have high wind speeds, which is why we're going to have both a fire risk for fire ignition and fire spread. So with these surface low pressure systems, it somewhat aligns with another low pressure system that's in the Manitoba area and headed to the Great Lakes. Now in yesterday's forecast, I mentioned there may be some freezing rain conditions in places like Minnesota all the way to western Michigan, but that seems to be more in terms of like northern Wisconsin and western Michigan today. We are having some warmer temperatures come through, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit too warm for freezing rain for places like Minnesota and the western part of Wisconsin. So you guys will most likely see very light rain today, but places on the other side of Wisconsin and western Michigan, it's still a little bit about freezing, and so we still may see those freezing rain conditions. And this is going to happen around like 2 to 3 p.m. Central Time and last until about 10 or 11 p.m. Central Time. And there's also going to be a little bit of some snow, maybe an inch max of snow accumulation or less. But this same storm system is going to produce a lot of snow for places like Ontario and then eventually the upper northeast. So by overnight tonight, we're going to see a lot of snow for places like Ontario, and then by tomorrow morning, we're going to see places like upstate New York is going to see the snow first. And so from Tuesday morning to Wednesday, you guys are going to see some snow, mostly from New York to Maine on the upper part of the northeast. If you live on or adjacent to the Appalachians, I would definitely expect a little bit more snow accumulation, about 4 inches or greater. But if you live in the more flatlands and in the valleys, maybe about at least an inch or two. Something else worth noting, but not that severe, at 500 millibars, we do have a cutoff low somewhere around the Baja California Peninsula, but we also have another low pressure right off the coast of California. And so by tomorrow, both these low pressure systems are going to bring a lot of moisture from both these areas into places like South and West Texas and the California coastline. And so by Tuesday afternoon and evening, we'll definitely anticipate for some rain and possibly some thunderstorms.